So breathing and bracing go hand in hand while you're working out and while you're training. You've got to be able to breathe without losing your brace, and you've got to be able to brace while breathing appropriately for the exercise. Your muscles rely on oxygen, so you've got to get oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. So learning how to breathe and brace is very, very important to good core bracing for your training.
Okay, so this video is about bracing while you're breathing. So how do you brace? Well, you have to understand a cute concept here. I always say this with my clients. Bracing is not about sucking in, and it's not about pushing out. It's about making your abdominal region tighter to protect the spine. And so a good way to kind of make that connection is, and some people don't like this, but a lot of people get it, so I use this metaphor, but imagine if you were going to get punched in the stomach, like right in this region. If you were going to get punched here, you wouldn't stick your gut out. You wouldn't be like, yeah, punch me. You know, you wouldn't suck in. You would actually brace down naturally. So we want to tap into that natural brace that you would create if someone was going to punch you. So that's what we're going to do now, and we're going to do that laying on the floor to just have feedback from the floor and how we're bracing our abs. So for this exercise, I want you to lay down on the floor. Again, pull your feet in so that they're in a comfortable place. And what I want you to do is just feel your abdominal region when you're not braced. So when I'm not braced, I'm able to push into my abs. And when I'm pushing into my abs, I can actually get under my ribs. So this is not a braced position, and this is going to be an indicator or a signal to you that you're either braced or not braced. So if you can get in under your ribs, you're not braced. All right, so in order to brace properly, I will not be able to get in under my ribs. So brace as if someone's going to punch you right in the stomach right now. So go ahead and create that firmness. So you're not sucking in, you're not pushing out, nothing's pushing down into the floor of your pelvis. You're just bracing as if someone's going to punch you. You might actually want to get a lifting partner to come over and just hit you, I don't know, like a 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 in your abdominal region, not low, above the belly button, but below the ribs, just right in between the ribs and the belly button. Give yourself a hit there. Sometimes I'll hit myself like this, just to feel that firmness through my abdominal region. Another reason why to not poke around down low, that's usually where we store quite a bit of fat, and you won't be able to feel your abdominals bracing as well. You can still feel them down there, but to really feel your abs and your rib position, you need to be upstairs with it. So at the top of your at the top of your abs and at the bottom of your ribs is where I want your hands. So I want you to create that brace as if someone is going to punch you in the stomach. All right? Once you've created that brace, feel around. Are your abs firm? Are your obliques firm? Your obliques run down the sides of your abdominal wall here. So press into your obliques. They should also be firm. Can you get in under the ribs? If you can, that means you're not braced. So do that test. If you can't get under the ribs, you're braced. You're doing a good job. All right, so find that brace. Now, in another exercise, I talked about breathing. Well, we need to be able to breathe and brace at the same time here. So I want you to create that abdominal brace with the obliques on. Keep your hands on the top abs and the bottom ribs. I'm just using my fingertips to do that. And I want you to, again, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So here I'm breathing deeply into my core against a braced core. So I'm going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth here. So you should be able to breathe deep without losing your brace. If you're losing your brace while you're breathing, this is just going to take some practice. But you need to have this layer of movement and this coordination before moving on to the next exercises. So I'm a professional. I make this look easy, but I need you connecting to your abdominals while breathing properly. So you're breathing deep into your bottom of your core, and then you're staying braced. You're maintaining your brace. Now, we talked about deep breathing into your bottom hand here with the breathing exercise. Now, when your abdominal wall is braced, your gut shouldn't, or your core here, shouldn't raise up that much. But neither should your chest. You're still breathing deep. But the air that you breathe in is going to hit that abdominal brace. And instead of just going into your, like, raising your loose gut, you know, you've got this braced gut here, it's going to hit that abdominal wall and go down and go back and down here. So I want you to actually try to breathe into your lower back. Maintain your brace and imagine breathing deep into your lower back, into your kidneys even. So that's where I want the breath to go. Breathe deep there, and then it will slowly fill up into the top of your chest. And we're going through deep breath cycles while maintaining this bracing pattern. So again, I'll show you one more time. My hands are on my abdominal region and the bottom ribs, just to maintain that brace and make sure I'm in a good position. Here we go. So there it is. I was breathing deep into my lower back. The air that I was breathing in was hitting my abdominal wall and going back and down. And I was maintaining my brace. I couldn't get under my ribs while I was breathing. And things were raising a little bit, but not a lot. So those are your checkpoints. This is breathing and bracing. And that's what I want you to have mastered before we start activating our glutes, before we start doing any other core work, and especially before you start doing squats, deadlifts, any overhead pressing. You've got to have this layer of bracing down before you start adding on other layers of activation technique. Good luck with that exercise. Practice it. I recommend doing it for at least a minute every day. It's an exercise that I do every morning right out of bed. I wake up, I go to the bathroom, empty the tank, and then the first thing I do is I get down and I reorganize my brace before I do anything else for the day. That's how important it is. Even a professional like myself who's fit in Olympic lifting, powerlifting, calisthenics, I don't overlook this move. This is a move that I always do every morning. So bring a lot of attention to the details with this move and it will serve you in the future. Optimize this and have fun.